Yesterday afternoon, I was really, really hungry. I had run out of bread, the whole wheat bread that I normally order. I'd run out of dosa batter. There was nothing that could be fixed in a hurry. So I walked into the kitchen and immediately walked out. The counter is full of half used lids just lying around, a bit of a mess. Then, if I want to put those lids into the sink or wash them, the sink was very full. I was like, Ayo, what is this? Who's going to deal with all this? I came back, sat in the hall, and my finger hovered over the Swiggy app to place an order. Then I thought, no, I want to have a nice home cooked meal. I don't want to order food from outside. So then I sat there for a while, thought, and I felt, okay, let's do one thing. Let me at least start doing some work. Anything, get at least something done in the kitchen. And, the cleaning part of it. And then maybe as a reward, I can order food from outside or something like that. Let's see what happens. But at least once I begin something will, a creative solution will appear. So I walked into the kitchen, and the thing that was holding me up, which I realized was not the kitchen counter, it was not the sink, but the basket in which we keep all our washed vessels. That basket hadn't been emptied for 3 4 days. So it had filled up with all washed and dried vessels, all drained and ready to be used, but it was piled up with that. It was because of that basket that I didn't want to wash vessels in the sink because there was no place to put it in the basket. And because I couldn't empty the sink, I couldn't take off the few partially used lids and whatnot and, quickly wash those, because those would only take a rinse. If the sink was kind of empty, easy to do. So I was like, okay, fine. Let me keep a few of these vessels away. Let me start here. So I started taking a couple of plates, put them away. I took out the blender jar and put that one away. I wiped a few bowls which were slightly moist and put those away. And though I started with the intention of doing only a few, this is how I always trick myself. I always say, do only a few. You don't have to do the whole thing. Do only a little bit. So though I started with that intention, I realized it was so easy, so smooth, and when I got into the flow of things, that starting trouble, I got over that, got into the flow of things. Before I knew it, I'd cleared off that whole basket, the draining basket. I'd washed half the dishes in the sink. I'd cleared the kitchen counter, wiped it clean. I was like, wow, now I feel like cooking. And then I made a very nice, delicious meal for myself from scratch. I baked bread with lots of veggies and some khara, all kinds of stuff in it. Baked it, enjoyed that long, slow process of baking, and then eating it. It was so, so good. All this to say, sometimes we think a certain thing is a bottleneck. We think we are not able to do an activity, start on a project, move forward in our business, life, wherever. We think that something is hindering us. In this case, I thought it was all those lids on the on the counter that was hindering me, and also the vessels in the sink. But turned out it was none of that. The moment I released the pressure in the real original bottleneck, the main bottleneck, which was the easiest thing to do, right? It's easier to just put away vessels from a drying rack than washing vessels in a sink or cleaning the counter and all that. But that easy thing, because the pile looked big, I was ignoring that, and that was the true bottleneck. The moment the pressure got released there, everything else became smoother, so much easier to do. So I want you to think of a project, something you want to start or something you aren't progressing in, whether it's as simple as a writing, you're writing some content for your website, for your blog or Instagram, or if you need to do something creative, but you have all these ideas but you're not really getting down to it, or generally in day to day life, things that need to get done but you've been ignoring it or trying not to look at it directly because it bothers you. um, don't look at it directly, right? Don't look at the vessels in the sink or the kitchen counter. Look away from it, look around it, and see what can I do. If I can't do this right now, if I don't feel like doing it right now, what is this other thing I can do? And try to see if it is anything that will even release a tiny bit of a pressure from the thing that's been bothering you in any way. It could be directly or indirectly. Start doing that. Do something, anything. Don't just sit, and definitely don't order. Don't take the shortcut all the time, because the meal I made for myself was far more delicious than anything I could have ordered online and got delivered home. At least that's what hit the spot yesterday for me. So look at that, and see where you can, like, think of it like you're in a long tunnel and you can't see anything. It's really dark and you need to get out. Instead of trying to like struggle, find a rope or find something on the side that you can hold, and then follow that rope slowly, slowly, slowly to find where that entry to the tunnel is. And when you reach that point, everything else becomes much clearer. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and this is the Feel Good Factor. I'm so glad you listened today. If you enjoyed this episode, then you're going to love my free newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe. Go to veganosaurus.com/newsletter and sign up. The link is in the show notes. All right, talk to you again next week. Take care and good luck finding your real bottleneck. Bye.